Hey everyone, welcome to the Partner Up Profits channel. My name's Joey Vaillancourt. In 2015, I was at a crossroads and I was in a serious burnout from operating more than 4 businesses and what would eventually be a failed marriage. And I thought I was going to get fired from my online marketing client, and it was a pretty dark time in my life that I can only really see now. And looking back on the period, I felt helpless, I felt frustrated, I felt angry, and I felt like there was no hope in sight. Now, if you're here and you might be thinking, what does this have to do with partnerships or digital marketing or anything related to what I actually discuss on these channels? Let me say that while some of the content I'm putting out there concerns marketing, concerns partnerships, and growing your business, the mindset component is one of the most important factors. What we experience daily begins to shape us for better or for worse. Working remotely or in big companies can be isolating. I know because I've experienced this for over the past 17 years working online. And so the mindset component combined with the community of like-minded people who come together and share good in the world and with each other is an important component of this community that I wanted to build. We all need someone who believes in us and keeps us in a positive and powerful state. I was not always in a positive state. In fact, I had a lot of ego and I thought I knew better than most people for a really long time. It wasn't until my boss called me a B grader that I took extreme ownership of who I was, what I needed to do to level up in life, business, and myself. I believe in extreme ownership, and I now take extreme ownership in everything that happens to me. That's not taking the blame, by the way. That's taking ownership. And there's a key difference between taking blame and taking ownership. Taking the blame's feeling shame for what you've done or thinking that you're not a good person because of it. You might be in that state for a little bit and at the moment when you reflect on it, but living there is toxic and we don't want to live there. So I had to overcome the stories I was telling myself and the mindset to develop and become resilient through sheer will and determination to get through a period of my life that was one of the most challenging periods ever. And so I did it. I did it with grit and force. I did it by working harder and longer. I did it by figuring out myself and not accepting advice from others. And even though I did it that way and got results, it wasn't a fun process. I didn't enjoy the journey. I pretended to. I talked the talk, and sometimes I walked the walk and said the words, but it truly didn't epitomize what it meant to enjoy the process and enjoy the journey. I got it done by grinding harder, which is the only way I knew how to do it. Fortunately, I came to the other side, which is still being built, and the evolution continues, but I did so through learning from others and having the key mentors and coaches. The other side for me isn't done because there is no done. Done is when we're in the ground and our hearts stop beating. But even then, depending on your beliefs, you may not be done. But I was so focused on the end outcome that I didn't even consider how I was living my life day to day, which was in stress and overwhelm. So you can see how this becomes a vicious cycle. You're never going to arrive there and you're never going to achieve true happiness. So why am I telling you this in this video? Why is this important to me that you learn this as soon as possible? Why is it important that you need to hear the words that I'm telling you today? Potentially, if this story resonates with you, or if what I'm saying is kind of registering in your brain and what's happening in your life, then pay attention because it gets so much better. And that's my goal. It's to create more empowerment amongst individuals to get better at their mindset from a place that I can help them with. You see, I have a soft spot for the boots on the ground folks out there who are expected to get more done in less time, using less money, and that's what inspired the passion behind building the Partner Up Profits system and community. It's specifically here for people who are into digital marketing or remote working environments where they don't feel empowered. They might feel scared. You might feel insecure, like you're not going to make it, or you're just not really feeling happy. And you want to overcome all that, but you must decide today. The decision doesn't have to be definitive yet. Keyword yet. But the decision that you have to make is that I decide that I'm going to be happy. I decide that I'm going to create a vision. I've decided that I'm worth it, that I'm significant, that I matter, that others matter, and that I can do it. I will do it. I must do it, as Eric Thomas would say. And if you don't know Eric Thomas, definitely look him up because he'll get you inspired too. But here are my 5 forward momentum missions for this community. Number 1, if you're losing yourself on the path, find another path. Number 2, continue learning, growing, and constantly be connecting. Challenge your assumptions, question your reality, and shape your visions. Number 4, do the things today that help you grow tomorrow. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the now, be present. So this channel is dedicated to all of that. It's designed to combine videos, inspiration, conversations, and community to inspire growth within you and keep you moving forward, to put you first, to give yourself permission to challenge assumptions and to push forward. And if you're interested in digital marketing, whether it's partnerships, affiliates, influencers, content creators, YouTubers, split testing, optimizing your website, or anything else that has to do with making more money for businesses, I have experience in that too. So we can share all of the wins that we're going through. And we're going to combine the best of both worlds. And by the way, we hear all this stuff so much that at some point it's almost just sounds like cliches. And that's why I don't always like to use quotes. Cliches dumb things down. They lose their significance once they're heard so many times. Think about the first time you heard a quote versus like the 100th time you heard the quote. It doesn't have the same resonance, impact, or magnitude, but that's what we're going to work at. You need to have the right mindset, because whether or not what you're doing today is what you're good at, deciding that you want to be happy and find what you're good at and improve at what you want to be good at will lead you to success and enjoying the process. This decision will create the right environment, provide the next steps, and guide you toward achieving your goals in a fun process. And it's not always going to be crystal clear. You don't have to have the full path or the vision perfectly articulated or clear to start moving forward. Trust me, I'm a strategic thinker, I'm a planner, I'm a systems guy. I want to know the answer, but letting go of some of this while maintaining the structure around the thinking process is most important. So really, what I want to do with you is take you down the journey, take you through anecdotal, inspirational stories from my life that I feel like I've overcome now, and I can share this with others in that similar situation to help them overcome what they're going through. As I said, through the process, I'm also going to deliver the content that I made a career in, that I've made a living from, and that I've helped businesses make over 8 figures from. So if that sounds all interesting to you, start diving into the content today. Please subscribe to the channel, check out the podcast, get involved, because that should be your first decision. The decision is that I'm taking action today and moving forward regardless of knowing where this is going to lead just yet. The decision that is I'm taking action, and this is leading you somewhere else, or if it's keeping you here in touch with me for the rest of your life, it really doesn't matter. I just want you to take action on something today. So make a decision, commit to yourself, and start experiencing the beautiful things that can happen from doing so. And from that surge of happiness, you're going to get the peace of mind that you experience when nothing changes in your environment, but you perceive it differently. You arrive differently, and you attract differently. Those are powerful things that are amazing to acquire, and once you get there, the journey is so much more enjoyable because you actually get the experience and be happy throughout the process, no matter what's getting thrown at you. And if you continue working the same way without changing your approach or clearly defining your goals, you'll not achieve the desired outcome. Knowing what you want to accomplish and adapting your methods is essential, and is knowing what truly will bring you to your happiness. So join me on this journey. I'd be very grateful to have you, and I just want to congratulate you on taking action in the next step of your life, because this is the best decision you've ever made. I know it's going to be a great one. Just keep the mindset that this is all happening for a reason, and it's all connected. And everything you're going through shall pass at some point, but make sure to enjoy it as it comes. And again, these are cliches sometimes, but they're so true. And if you can build your mindset, everything else is going to fall into place. And that is a journey. There really is no end outcome. So please start enjoying your journey today, and let's continue on the path together.